What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen again. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's making bucket loads of life-changing money from the cryptocurrency boom here. Especially the ones that's been following us for the past 3-4 years. I hope that you guys are making some real life-changing profits. The ones that are new, the new subscribers, I hope that you guys make some life-changing profits soon, okay? Especially if you've been following us for the last 6-7 months, you should be doing okay. Anyways, guys, in this video, I want to share with you guys why I put all my life savings into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies investing. All my life savings, okay? And when I say all my life savings, I want to put a caveat on that. In 2013, when I decided to, in 2013, 2014-ish, when I decided to get into cryptocurrency investing, right? I want to explain to you guys the main reason that I got into it, so that you guys understand, okay? So that there's no confusion, okay? When I first got into cryptocurrency investing, I did not do it because I thought that the altcoins were going to go up in price. I did not do it because I thought that Bitcoin was going to be like a new universal currency that everyone's going to use around the world. I did not get into it because I had some, hardcore libertarian views. I did not get into it because into Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies because of any of these things that most people get into cryptocurrencies for. The reason why I got into cryptocurrencies and I was willing to put my life savings into it was because of one reason and one reason only. And that reason was clearing and settlement. Okay? If you come from Wall Street, or if you've been into trading and investing for a long time, especially if you're an active trader, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've been trading stocks and currencies for a long time now, and I want to explain to you guys the concept of T+1, T+2, and T+3 real quick. I've explained it in previous videos, but I'm explaining it again real quick just so you guys have a basis to understand what I'm talking about. So if I go to the brokerage firm like Ameritrade or TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab or any of those brokerage firms, right? Let's say that I want to buy 100 shares of Apple stocks. I buy it at $130. It goes up to $150, and I make $20 profit, right? Let's say that I get into it today, and I buy it in the morning, and I sell it in the evening, and I make $20 profit. In order for me to take that $20 profit out of my account so I can go use it to buy a cup of coffee or something, or buy some food or pay my bills with it, I have to wait 3 days for it to settle and clear. So whoever it was that sold me that share of Apple, there's a clearinghouse called DTCC. Okay, that's the name of the clearing, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation that clears all the transactions in America for all the stock transactions. Okay, so I have to wait for them to clear it, and then the seller who sold it to me gets his money, and then the buyer, which is me, gets my money. Okay, so that's how that works. And what happens is I'm gonna have to pause this video real quick, guys, because we're gonna go through a toll booth here, and I gotta figure out how to pay the toll here. So let me pause this video real quick. Okay, so I was going through the toll booth, guys, and what cracked me up is it was a $2 toll. I mean, a $1.75 toll. So I gave the booth manager $2 US, and so he gave me a 25-cent back, a quarter back for the $2 and change, right? And so I was joking with him, and I put it out here, and I said, when you can take the pebble from my hand, you'll become the next honorable grandmaster. And he looked at me baffled. And he's an older white guy, looked like he was in his 50s or 60s. And he looked at me clueless, and he had no idea what I was talking about. And I was like, dude, don't you know Kung Fu? You know, the grasshopper? David Carradine? And he just looked at me clueless. And I was kind of disappointed that he didn't know what I was talking about when I said, take the pebble from my hand. So, anyways, that was in case you're not from America, that was a famous TV show that they used to play show in America when I first came to the U.S. in the late 70s and the early 80s. So you want me to take 1A? 1B. 1B, okay. All right. So back to what I was saying, guys, about, okay, 1B?
Yeah.
Okay, back to what I was saying about the settlement times, guys, right? So the reason why I put all my life savings into Bitcoin was because during that time I was trading, and when I wanted to take money out of my trading account, I had to wait for 3 days. That means T plus 3. So after the trade is completed, I have to wait for 3 days for the transaction to settle before the broker would let me take the money out of my trading account, okay? So when I saw Bitcoin and I saw how fast it transacted, and I downloaded the Bitcoin wallet, back then I think that the Bitcoin blockchain, when you download the original Bitcoin wallet, I think it was like 8 gigs, right between 8 to 9 gigs of data. So at that time, it still made sense to download the entire Bitcoin blockchain. And I wanted to see what it was like to have the entire copy of the Bitcoin blockchain on my computer. So I downloaded it. Now I think it's like 140 or 150 gigs worth of data. So it does not make sense to download the entire blockchain. And at that time, they did not have badass light wallets, lightweight wallets like the Exodus.io wallets or the Jax.io wallets. So because of that, you didn't have much of a choice. If you wanted to make Bitcoin transactions, you had to download the entire blockchain to your computer at that time. So that's what I did when I first got into Bitcoins in 2013, 2014. And when I made a transaction to my trading buddy, leonfu.com, and he received it instantly, and then when he sent it back to me and I got instantly, and we sent it back and forth to each other to test it out, I couldn't believe how fast the transactions were clearing and settled, and I can see it in the blockchain. And when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, you mean to tell me that if Bitcoins can clear instantly just like that, it's not this bullshit we got right now where the blocks are full and it takes hours, or sometimes it takes days, Leon recently had to make a few transactions, and it took him like 2 or 3 days for the Bitcoin transaction to clear, right? That's a bunch of bullshit here. We got to cut that nonsense out, and I have faith that will get settled, so I'm not worried about that, but that needs to get straightened out, okay? And he was freaking out because he wasn't getting his Bitcoins. But anyways, back when we first got started, every time we made a transaction in 2013 and 2014, bam, it was cleared right away. And I said, holy crap, if they use this technology to settle the stock transactions and the Forex and the futures transactions, oh my God, that means that this thing is going to be worth millions of dollars, billions of dollars. This entire Bitcoin ecosystem, this entire Bitcoin network, this platform, it is going to be worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. And at that time, it was only worth like a few $1 billion. I can't remember in 2008, it was worth less than $10 billion at that time. And I said, man, this thing is going to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars if they can use this to clear and settle the stock transactions. And at that time, Patrick Burns, I think is his name, from the CEO, the founder of Overstock.com, was talking about using Bitcoin or NXT or something to settle stock transactions. And I said, holy crap, man, this is the perfect system that Bitcoin needs, right, in order to settle transactions, because there's billions and billions and billions of dollars trapped on Wall Street that can't move anywhere after traders make trades, because they have to wait for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days for the trades to settle and clear before they can move the money. And when I saw that Bitcoin's system and their network can clear the trades and clear the transactions instantly like that, I just had to put all my money into it. And once I tested the Bitcoin network with Leon, and we saw that it does do what they claim it does, that was done for me. And then when I heard Patrick Burns, the founder of Overstock.com, talking about he's trying to start up a company to build a platform on top of the Bitcoin blockchain to settle stock transactions, that did it for me. And then the kicker, the final nail that sealed the coffin for me to make me go all in, and there was no turning back after this, was when Coinbase received $75 million they were able to raise $75 million from the New York Stock Exchange. Now, I trade tons of stocks on the New York Stock that are listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and if these boys are going to put $75 million of their money into a company like Coinbase that buys and sells magic internet tokens or whatever people want to call it at that time, if it's good enough for them to put $75 million of their money in, it's good enough for me to put my money in. And so for these reasons, I put all my money, I mean every penny that I had that I could spare, into Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies back in 2013. Okay, it was not a lot. Okay, keep in mind, it was not a lot. I had a wife, a young wife that I had to take care of, right? And then I had my first son was already born. He was 1 year old, and my second child, my daughter, Athena, was about to be born at that time. Okay, so I'm in the middle of buying a house. I was in the middle of changing jobs. I started working at the energy brokerage firm where I discovered Bitcoins, because they had a Bitcoin farm there. And then all these major life events was happening, and I was trying to budget my money. I put every dollar that I could save, anything that was left over at the end of the month, I would pour it into Bitcoins. I would buy as many Bitcoins as I can back then, okay? Even when Bitcoin prices were going down, I would still buy it up, because I believed in the technology so much. I believe that if once they implement this into the stock market, and keep in mind, at that time I had no clue about cryptocurrency investing. I was not the expert that I am today back then, because I hadn't made all the mistakes that I needed to make in order to become an expert at cryptocurrency investing. Okay, you become an expert by losing money, making it back, losing it again, making it back, and then losing it again, and then at some point you realize you don't make those dumb mistakes anymore, and that's when you start making money. Okay, so that's what happened, and those are the reasons why I put all my life savings into cryptocurrencies. I even shared it with other people, my friends and colleagues. The only one that did not think that it was stupid and crazy was Leon. Now, he thought that it was crazy that I put all my life savings into it. He didn't think it was crazy that I was, a hardcore believer of Bitcoin. So we have a lot of, the reason why I share this story with you guys is that we have a lot of people nowadays that get into cryptocurrencies, and they want to tell you that it's risky. They want to tell you whether you should invest into it or not. And, we even have die-hard Bitcoin maximalists that will tell you that they are die-hard Bitcoin believers. But when you ask them how much money they put into it, to me, you want to believe into something, you put your money where your mouth is at. That's how you show the world that you are a die-hard believer of something. So whenever I say that I'm more die-hard Bitcoin maximalist than most people are that I know of, I can back that up, because if you go back and look at my financial records from 2013, you will see that all my life savings was in Bitcoin. It wasn't in stocks, it wasn't in gold or oil or silver or any of that. It was all in Bitcoin. Back when people thought it was crazy, that's where I had it in. Okay, and in I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects, from a very low economic background in America. I was not fortunate to be one of those Asian families that come to America and strike it rich. You know, my wealth came from learning, taking the risk in the markets, in the stock market, in the forex market, and then, you know, taking my experience that I learned from managing risk in those markets and transferring that skill and that knowledge into the cryptocurrency markets, and that's how I created my wealth. Okay, so I share this with you because a lot of times when you guys come into cryptocurrency investing, you're gonna hear a lot of people tell you that, you know, cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin is bullshit. They'll tell you, you know, it's the best thing, the next best thing is to slice bread. I always recommend you ask that person this, whether they tell you to get into it or not to get into it or whatever is you ask them, how much of your money did you put into cryptocurrencies? How much did you put into it? If you believed into that much, how much of your money, of your wealth did you put into cryptocurrencies? Okay, and then the ones that did not believe in it and think it's bullshit, like I had friends and colleagues that told me that you know, Bitcoin was bullshit, you know, and I said, well, if you believe that it's bullshit, short it. If you really think that it's bullshit and that this is all gonna disappear and fade away, well, short the motherfucker when it's at $1,000, okay, and let it go down to $1 and then get out, and you'll make a killing off of it, okay? But they didn't. It's because they didn't understand it and they didn't believe it enough. So the way that you tell if somebody's for real and if somebody can actually do what they claim or actually believe what they claim is put your money where your mouth is at, okay? When I believe in something, I put money on it. That's how I show, to prove to the world and to myself. I really don't care if the world believes it or not. All I care is that if I believe in something, I put my money into it. Like when Leon and I do research and we believe in a project, we put our money on it. We don't sit there and waffle and, you know, hey, is this good or not? When we come to the conclusion that, hey, this is an A tier, you know, crypto, boom, we designate a certain amount of money that we're willing to risk for an A tier versus a B tier or a C tier crypto, and boom, we put our money into it. We don't hesitate. And if we're wrong on it, who cares? We get out, you know, get back on our feet and go on to the next project. We don't sit there and cry about it, okay? So I share this with you guys, right, because when you get into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin investing, there's going to be a lot of naysayers and a bunch of idiots and a lot of trolls and a lot of broke ass people that's going to tell you guys not to get into it, or, you know, to give you some stupid opinions, and they've never had any experience in it. So I'm just sharing with you guys my personal experience and my personal opinion, okay? It's not, you know, don't go out there and risk everything. Don't go out there and put your whole life savings on some bullshit cryptocurrency and without doing your research and making sure it's legit, and then lose all your life savings and come back and blame it on me and this video and our channel or something like that, okay? When I say that I put my all my life savings into cryptocurrencies, I made sure that I had, you know, about 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses paid for. You know, I had enough groceries and rent bill and utility bills paid for. Keep in mind, I had kids, you know, so I had made sure that I had enough diaper money and milk money for my kids and my wife, so that if something happens and I was to lose everything, that my wife and kids are not homeless and stuff, okay? So I want to make sure and let you guys know that when I said that I put all my life savings in, it's everything, all my life savings after I set aside enough money for groceries and for rent and for house payments and stuff like that, and utilities and phone bills and stuff before I do that, okay? I'm driving right now, and there's a truck carrying 2 like Hummers on it or something like that, and each Hummer has like 8 rockets mounted on it. They're military grade Hummers, and they're transporting it somewhere, and they got like 8 rockets pods on each side. And I was just thinking, as I was thinking about this, that's a good sign. That's a sign from the universe that I'm talking about Bitcoins and that we're gonna skyrocket to the moon. That's a sign, guys, right? I'm driving and there's this Hummer, military Hummer, with 8 rockets on it. There's 2 of them, so there's like 16 rocket pods you know, on these two Hummers, and they're aimed at the sky. It's a sign from the universe, guys, while I'm making this video about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, that Bitcoin and crypto is going to the moon, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys. Right, that was a very warm and very positive conclusion to this video, to see those rockets aimed at the sky like that, okay? I'll tell you what, I'm not in the military or anything, you know. I consider myself to be a pretty tough badass because I grew up in the projects in the hood, you know. But man, if I was going down the street and I saw one of those Hummers coming at me with those rockets aimed at me, I don't think that I would be so tough, man. I'd be running. I would be ducking and dodging because I would hate for one of those rockets about the size of one of my legs to come shooting at me, because I wouldn't know what to do, okay? But I do know what to do if I see a crypto aimed at the sky and the charts are showing that it's going to the moon, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys learned from how I got started investing in cryptocurrencies, and I hope that it helps you in some way, because I know that some of you guys that are watching this may be on the fence about, you know, how much you should put into cryptocurrencies, and it will be based on how much you believe into it and how much you understand the technology. That will determine how much of your money that you put into it. Now, Leon does not ever suggest that you guys put, he only put about 10% of his life savings into cryptocurrencies. I put more. When I say all of my life savings, it was pretty much all of it, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you guys like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you guys really like it, make sure that you go to www.cryptocurrency.market/newsletter and sign up to our newsletter so that we can tell you whenever we got a new video coming out. And for the short, quick burst, quick notice or news that we need to get to you, make sure that you guys follow me on @HeyTaiZen. It's spelled just like you hear it, HeyTaiZen. And follow my our other Oracle of Cryptocurrency, the Honorable Grandmaster LeonFu.com. And you can follow him at Leon C. Fu, spelled F-U, okay, at Twitter, okay. And if you guys have any friends or family, colleagues, co-workers that are interested in making life-changing money in cryptocurrency investing, make sure that you tell them about our channel so they get straight up legit information from people that actually make a full-time living from cryptocurrency investing, and not a bunch of clowns that talk about theory and haven't made a dollar from cryptocurrency yet. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in a future video.